That's the gimmick. It is April 4th, about 2:50. I haven't made a video in a while, and I guess I should do a few vlogs a year, right? Since I don't really make vlogs anymore or whatever. And of course, again, I know the camera's fucked up and the color and everything is messed up, but I don't know how to get my webcam to work on Windows 8, and I don't feel like buying a new webcam because I don't feel I should have to. So, anyway, yeah, I guess a basic update of, again, to try to make a few vlogs every year, I guess, of what's going on. Health stuff wise, I somehow tested positive for Lyme's disease recently. Not sure how that happened. That story is, I think I said I've been going to that biomedical energy center for mostly the low testosterone, kind of like that was my main concern. But so they were like, well, have you ever been tested positive or have you ever been tested for Lyme's disease? And I was like, well, yeah, you know, when I first got sick, they tested me, and I didn't test positive for it though. But they're like, well, you know, let's like do a Western blot test for it, I guess. And I don't know. Ooh, wow, this is gonna be really hard to see on this fucking thing, isn't it? Because my camera is so fucked up now. Holy moly, that is gonna be fucking hard to see, isn't it? God damn. Let's see. Holy fuck. You can't even see. This camera refuses to fucking do anything on this. Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? Okay, kind of. God damn it. I can't even fucking see anything. Well, whatever. Take my fucking word for it. This fucking camera is so fucking shitty now, dude. Anyway, so they did this like Western blot IgM and IgG test or something. I mean, I'm sure I could post a picture if anyone wanted me to send it to, right? So anyway, they're like, well, you should do this Western blot IgM IgG test or whatever for it, and to see, because that's like a better test for it anyway or something, right? So anyway, the next time I was at the doctor, they're like, oh yeah, you tested positive for this. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. She's like, and she was like, well, you know, have you ever been bitten by a bug or anything like that? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, so anyway, blah, 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 blah. I'm already feeling discouraged now that it would have fucking like take that, whatever. So, I guess she was like, well, you know, you've tested positive for like way too many things at your age. You know, no one should have, you know, I have all these, you know, I've been dying before, you know, scleroderma, diffuse scleroderma, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, arthritis, Sjogren's, Crohn's disease, chronic migraine, cluster headaches, degenerative disc disease, bulging disc, osteoporosis. I got those tumors all over, bilateral. You know, I got a lot of fucking shit basically, right? So, asthma. So basically, she's like, you know, some of your age shouldn't have all this stuff. So, you know, maybe this would happen because, you know, obviously when I was younger, I did travel quite a bit more. Quite a lot, I guess, for some of my age. You know, I was doing all that video game stuff, and because I had a modeling job, so so maybe that's what happened. Maybe I've had Lyme's disease this whole time, because, you know, again, she was like, well, you know, no one your age should have be testing positive for all this stuff, basically, right? But at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, and I guess to add to, I actually live if anyone knows where I live. I don't know if I have any stalkers, so maybe I shouldn't say exactly where I live. But, you know, we used to have, like, they built a big mall behind us, right? And it used to be kind of like used to be kind of like a field kind of area. And we definitely do get deers. And there was a time that we used to get a lot of, like, little tick kind of looking bug, but, like, people just said they were beetles. But, I mean, originally when my doctor did tell me Lyme's disease, I thought, well, we do get these fucking beetle bugs, but I don't know if they're fucking ticks, right? And they've definitely bit me before, but who knows? And again, of course, I was traveling, so I used to travel a lot, so who knows? Maybe even whatever. But so the basic idea is, though, you know, still, I don't know how can Lyme's disease actually make you test positive for so many things. Even if I guess the idea is that, you know, someone my age should not be able to have all these health problems. I don't see how, like, Lyme's disease could be giving me tumors and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know what to think of it. I mean, and anyway, So I guess what they do for Lyme disease is they give you a lot of antibiotics and yeah, they give you a lot of antibiotics, like stronger antibiotics, and you'll be up for a while. But of course, the problem would be that I was dying from C. diff before, and I'm not supposed to take any antibiotics anymore. So I'm kind of screwed because I had to remind them that. So like, yeah, we're going to put you on these antibiotics. I'm like, well, remember I was dying from C. diff, right? And it's kind of like, oh yeah, okay, that would actually be a problem. You know, you're not really supposed to take anything. So I don't know. One of my doctors says they think I might need to go to like an infectious disease doctor or something to see what I can take and not take. So I don't know. So I really don't know what to say about that. I know one of the doctors was like, yeah, this can be pretty bad. You know, you can't walk. I've had people in wheelchairs from it, and of course, there was a time when I was having a lot of trouble walking, and not that I'm still not in a lot of pain, but I just forced myself through it. But I remember when I was trying to go back to school, that's actually when I started wearing a back brace because it's just, God, I was having such a hard time walking and everything. I thought I was going to have to get like a handicap kind of thing, sticker thing, but anyway, so Lyme disease, who knows, right? I don't know what to say about that. Other health stuff, since I mentioned it, my tumor, I will say my one tumor, I don't think I have any cancer doctor things till around the summer, which is kind of worrisome because I have had pain more in the middle part of my taint. And I don't know if I pulled something, but I do feel it a lot when I try to work out. And I've tried pressing around that area, and I don't feel any, like the tumor growing. I don't think any bigger, but of course, my tumor, I think, like I said, one of my things, it has grown like about, I think that's like a half a centimeter or something. So, I don't know what that is. Maybe I just pulled a muscle, I'm hoping, but of course that's always scary because, yeah, not a good thing. So I hope it's not growing, but there's a pain there. Or maybe, who knows, maybe I'm growing a new one, right? I got another tumor I'm going to have to get removed. Who knows, right? So that's that. I know the other cancer doctor stuff too. I think I had another cancer thing that I was supposed to make. It's like a bone marrow thing, but I still have never done that. So that's the update on that. Like I said, I don't like thinking about this kind of stuff. What else? Other health stuff. Workout wise, I don't know if I look a little bloated. Maybe I do a little bit. I have been trying to like bulk or eat, maybe you could call it, a little bit. But workout wise stuff, I know my arthritis and like tendonitis kind of pain's been pretty bad because I took maybe about 2 months off of even being able to do anything like ab wheel wise because like my hip flexors were just so fucking bad. So like no leg raises, anything like that. I know I've recently had to take a break again, but that's just because tendonitis, wrist pain's been really bad. So ab-wise, I've had to cut down on a lot of exercises that I wanted to do. I was getting back into it again, but again, then my wrists were pretty bad. So I kind of fucked that. So I guess, like I said, I've been trying to bulk eat a little bit. But worrisome-wise, of course, people know that I have all those thyroid problems, or if you don't. And of course, when I had the C. diff, and I've had a lot of permanent side effects, like I just don't digest stuff very well, and like my metabolism is pretty bad. But strangely, I've only gained about 2 pounds this winter from trying to bulk. So that's kind of worrisome because usually I have trouble losing weight. And to think that I've only gained 2 pounds from actually trying to eat quite a bit more, which is kind of worrisome too because I've definitely been spending more money on food. So I don't know why I've only gained 2 pounds. I guess maybe I shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth that I haven't gotten that much bigger, but yeah, so I don't know what to say about that. I guess that could be kind of worrisome. Hopefully not too bad. Again, I'm going to try to cut here pretty soon. I think workout-wise, my main goal, I know it sounds stupid because a lot of people don't believe that I'm like as buff as I am, especially with all my health problems being in the hospital all the time. And I do a lot of like body weight exercises because it's hard to lift like heavy weight. I'm going to try to lift a little bit, I'm hoping by the end of the year. like hopefully I've like how should I say I've compensated enough muscle wise in other areas, I guess, to help me lift a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna try to cut a little bit here pretty soon. Try to get back into 6-pack mode. I guess TRT wise, I tried taking the Clomid and the Arimidex again, and this is actually gonna get. I'll get to this in a little bit too. This might be a more interesting story. I tried taking the Clomid and the Arimidex again, and it did raise my testosterone a little bit, but of course I could only get through like a few. Wait, did I take 2 doses? I think 2 doses. So that's not, that's not even a few really, right? So I was able to get through a couple doses, but then it started making me feel worse. But even just a couple doses, it did raise my testosterone quite a bit, and estrogen. The Arimidex was able to like keep my estrogen from being too high, and my levels weren't great, you know what I mean? Definitely. But I mean, better than fucking low, awful testosterone, right? But at the same time, that did not fucking raise my free testosterone whatsoever. So, I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, no matter what I do, my free testosterone won't raise. So, I'm thinking that's why I still feel like shit, you know what I mean? Because, again, not that my other levels were great, but I guess the bioavailable testosterone was kind of near low, I think, too, but I think the free testosterone was like 8, I think last time maybe, and the range is like 10 to 30. So I'm thinking that's why, you know, I still feel like shit, because I just can't raise that no matter what I do. So maybe I need to take the testosterone shots for that or something. I don't know. Which again, I'm really trying to like not have to take that, but I feel like shit. So it'd be nice to have a little bit more energy, that kind of thing, etc. Mind blank. I've been, again, I know a lot of people watch my videos because they want to subscribe to my channel, I should say, for video game stuff, but I haven't done much video game stuff. I've been trying to force myself to read a little bit more recently, so I think I posted a video. I was trying to play like Amagami again. Trying to practice my Japanese just a little bit again, and that's basically what I've been doing, trying to read a little bit more again. Still, it sounds stupid. I have to like practice reading, but again, since I had that blood clot, I can't. I'm still pretty fucked from it, so it's still hard to concentrate and stuff. Excuse me. So there's that. So I guess I'm gonna try to play a little bit of this for you. This was actually about, I think it's 13 minutes. So I don't know how well you can actually hear this. This is a doctor thing, but so I'm not gonna play the whole thing because I think it's hard to hear. But I just want to show that I do take my doctors. So if anyone thinks I'm ever lying about anything, like this is. Let me see if you can hear this. Wait. You just told me you said it was normal. It says it's high here. I'm looking at the test right now.
Okay, what we're telling you is relative to everything else, that is okay and a normal result.
Also, the potassium did say it was high as well, so is that normal?
Did you listen to my message?
Yeah, I did, but I'm just saying I'm saying what you just told me right now. You said it was normal, and now you're telling me it's high.
I'm telling you what your lab results are.
Okay, you just said it was normal, though. And what?
We do again your blood test, recheck for your potassium.
Okay, yeah, I heard the message. I'm just saying what you just told me right now, though.
Okay, so why are you calling us back?
Because I had some more things to ask.
I'm not here to argue with you.
I'm not trying to argue either. You just said it was normal. What, the Billy Rubin, was that not high?
Yes, but if you look...
Okay, I'm just saying...
normal for you.
Okay, I'm just saying, I've been on disability for 10 years, so don't tell me something is normal when I can read the test and it says it's not.
If you look at your history, that's normal for you.
Oh, so it's normal for me to be... Okay, well, that's good then, okay.
Yeah.
So, basically, when you tell me everything is normal, I could be dying in the hospital, because I've been dying in the hospital before, but that could be normal then for me, since that's been the case before, right?
And what we're talking about what's relative right now.
Okay.
The U4. Okay.
I'm not going to play the whole video, the whole thing, but I just kind of clicked in the middle. But so basically, the story for this was, so and this could be, you know, like I know I do get swollen face and stuff too. Like I said, I don't know, I'm not sure how much it looks like because of the video or just because I'm a little swollen right now. So basically, I went to the doctor. I'm gonna, how can I make this like short but understandable? This just like proves to you how much I've been fucked, and you know my doctors, they just don't care. So basically, my doctors, you know, they called me and they said something like, U of M does a thing where they send you all your blood tests now. There's a thing called U of M My Portal, right? And so you can read your test results there, you know, generally. So anyway, so basically I can see it, and I can see it's not normal, right? And you know, I've been complaining about, you know, my kidneys getting worse, you know, for years now, but they just don't give a fuck. Like, you know, I mean, it's like, you've been dying before, we don't care about you anymore, blah, 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 basically, you know, who cares, right? So basically, you know, I could see that the tests weren't normal, and basically this girl, you know, she calls me, and I called her, and I'm like, can I talk about my blood test results? And she calls me, you know, she's like, oh, all your tests are normal, right? And I'm like, no, they're not. It's like, I'm looking right here, like, this is not normal, this is a type. And she's like, oh, and it was just kind of like that, kind of back and forth. It's like, and then she kept on thinking, but she's okay, well, that's why we want you to do another test of it. And I'm like, well, okay, like, I accept that, but you just told me it was fucking normal. And doesn't it say it's higher here? You know what I mean? And I told my doctors that I fucking take them. That's the most ridiculous thing. So I told my doctors I take them, but they don't give a fuck, right? And it just was over and over again. It's like, so, okay, there you go. Next one. Does this say it's normal? And then they started making up more excuses like, well, this is normal for you. And it's like, does the fucking test say it's normal or high? Do you know what I mean? And they're like, it's normal for you. And it's like, dude, I've been fucking dying in the hospital. So that, I guess that's normal for me. Like, what about 2 years ago? I've been in the hospital so many fucking times. Like, that's supposed to be normal, right? So it's just like, I can clearly, so how about, and of course I complained because U of M is an asshole to me about my testosterone results too. Like, I've had low testosterone and they just don't care. They'll say like when I get low testosterone, they say it doesn't matter basically. And when it's like not, and when it's like, you know, who knows, it's like 300 or something, right? It's like a little bit higher, you know, like, oh, well, this is normal then. So I should have really fucking dug into this bitch, but I should have been like, oh, so, you know, if you're going to pick and choose which levels of mine are high and low and said they're normal for me, how about I pick and choose every time you say a test actually says it's normal for me, I'm going to say that's not normal for me. I should have just kept fucking digging into her, but she was fucking, you know, sometimes it's hard to be quick because I get really pissed off when they just, and like I said, I told this girl, like I said, it's like 13, how long is this thing? 13 minutes and 31 seconds, right? So I should have really dug into her and just like drove in how fucking ridiculous it is that my doctors still call me and they tell me stuff like, your tests are normal, and I gotta like fucking be like, no, this is not normal. I'm looking fucking right here, bitch. Do you know what I mean? And this is the stuff I still deal with. Like, it's like, this is high, this is high, this is high. And now they're just giving me excuses like, dude, my potassium is high. You know, like, now my potassium's being like fucked up. It's like, dude, my kidneys have been getting like shitty and shittier for the past couple of years. And it's like, they don't care, dude. So it's just kind of like, you know, who cares? He's supposed to die. You know, who gives a fuck, right? Do you know what I mean? It's just like so ridiculous. So, that's the kind of stuff I deal with. You know what I mean? So you're just, so yeah. So there was that. I was kind of glad I was taking because sometimes I have missed a few appointments nowadays. So I just like, what's the point of taking my doctors? You know, I've got them. They've told me so many fucking ridiculous things. Like, dude, I've been told before, you should feel lucky you're still good looking and we'll never have to work again. Like, dude, I can assure you, I didn't get much money for you guys fucking me up, dude. Do you know what I mean? It's like, give me a break, dude. Like, I mean, I found, if anyone remembers what was going on at that time, the malpractice and all that stuff, that's all, like, you know, they're like, well, you know what, you didn't die, so the malpractice law, you don't actually make much money in Michigan unless you die from something. It's really ridiculous. So, yeah, there's that. Is there anything else to say? Crack, crack, crack. Anything else to make it think of interesting that doesn't have to do with health? I know we had a really bad winter here in Michigan. I think it was like the worst ever, the second worst. I think it was like the coldest ever and the second most snowfall ever, I guess. Well, let's just say it's the worst, right? So I know my doctors, they give me the Viagra for my feet to help the blood flow. I know my feet, they only actually were bleeding once this year. They swelled up to the point that they were bleeding, so that wasn't, I guess it could have been worse considering it's the worst year ever, right? Other stuff, I know they finally agreed to give me like a diabetes thing, like a blood thingy-jiggy tester, and they gave me one and all the strips just would not take my blood. That's fucking ridiculous. And I tried it with like the fake, there's like a fake blood thing in it that you can test with, and it worked, but it wouldn't take my blood. Okay, dude, right? Social-wise, can I think of anything? I kind of do feel like I haven't wrote a blog in like a couple of years now, so I kind of feel like I should. The only interesting social thing I can think was I know some bitch was fucking. Oh, God. See, I should just write about it. I've already taken 20 minutes of everyone's time with my health stuff, I guess. So I'm just gonna stop there, I guess. But yeah. So I gotta do a few blogs here, right? So that's gonna be done for now. Hopefully, because game stuff in the future. I think a new Guilty Gear game is coming out. Maybe I'll play it, and I'll try to do video game stuff. So April 4th, 2014, right? And that was my sassy snap. Okay, yeah.